let's get started. Continuation to functions. Functions still there are a few more concepts. Okay, the concepts are let's say um, lambda functions, map function, reduce, filter. This also widely asked in the real time. Even we can use in the real time. Okay, we can also use a real time as well as in interviews also they used to ask at least one or two questions on these topics. Okay, yeah. So first is the first function name is lambda function. Lambda functions. So lambda is a anonymous anonymous function, meaning function with no name. Got it? So basically when we use this, uh, when we want to perform simple operations, when we want to perform simple operations, so we can use uh, anonymous anonymous functions. Okay, so meaning function with no name. Actually, when I say like a function with no name, right? um, so it is like a one liner. Even let me give an example so that you will understand very neatly. Okay, so currently, like previously, what we have tried, we let's say if you want to do a addition, how we have written. So, for example, for addition, like we have written a function like this. We have created a function object, and we had two parameters, right? And we written x plus y, isn't it? This is what we have written, right, for doing addition operation. Correct, right? Yes or no? But yeah, if you want to do the when you want to do this kind of basic operations, right? So don't use functions. Okay, instead what we can do is we can use inline functions like let's say add equal to. So the syntax is lambda. Okay, here. So what are the parameters? X comma y colon. So x plus y. That's it. Did you understood? So with functions you can write like this, but when it comes to anonymous function, right, we can use this inline function, one liner. Did you understood? So for example here, let's say uh, add one and this add two. So this is a base normal function. Okay, and add two is a lambda function. Understood? So for example, you can do the same operation. Let's say when I do add one of 10 comma 20, for example, print. Got it? And same thing can be done. Print add to of 10 comma 20. Understood? So let's say function. Yeah. So if I execute this, did you see this? So what just happened? See, this is a normal function. This is anonymous function. So basically, anonymous function we don't we will use very rarely. Occasionally we use, right? But when we use lambda functions, right? So lambda functions with the combination of map, filter, and reduce time, we will start using it. Okay, so yeah, this way, see, this way you can write a single line anonymous function, a function with no name. So here there is no function name, guys. Okay, if you print let's say if you print add 1 for example, you will understand what it will print. Did you see this? Add 1 is a add, it is a function object, right? Function add 1. Did you see this? But when you print a function 2, sorry, addition to the anonymous function, right? So what did you see? So here it's also function, but it's a lambda function. Understood? So lambda function means anonymous function. So basically we kind of we don't use, but in general it is we will they will ask you in interview process actually. Hey, can you please tell me about lambda function? So lambda is anonymous function. So in order to give answer, lambda is anonymous function, meaning a function with no name. So syntax is lambda and parameters colon the but actually what is the difference between normal function and anonymous function, right? Normal function returns a number of data, but anonymous function only returns single expression. You got it? So for example, in this lambda function, let's say in the normal functions, right? Uh, Let me write one more function so that so for example, imagine it's not add, it's for example some uh, that's okay. We are not doing any addition, for example. So we are doing like this. So meaning when you do a return x comma y, right? So you'll understand now. Print add 1 10 comma 20. So what we are returning? It is returning two values, right? X comma y. So it is returning 10 comma 20. So again it will print as a tuple. Did you see this? But whereas in the lambda function, right? Lambda function, anonymous function, only return single expression. For example, when you write like this x comma y, it cannot return x comma y. You got it? So for example, let's say add 2 of or 30 comma 40, for example, let's say, right? When you execute this, did you see this? Lambda function it is failing. Hey, name y is not defined. Did you understood this? But though we had x and y, did you see this? X and y here, even x and y. But when you are doing this x comma y, it's not happy because lambda function. I'll also say that here. Important note: lambda function returns single value. You got it? So that's where when you want to perform, see when you want to perform a single value, let's say I is doing addition. When it does addition, what it does, let's say 10 plus 20, it becomes 30, right? When you want to do such kind of operation only for single value expression values functions, we can use lambda function. And when you want to go with other way, we can use traditional way of doing functions like this. Guys, did you understood? Yes, no? We should not use. We will use only for basic operations, lambda functions, and also lambda functions always returns a single value. So it cannot be used for returning multiple values. Make sense? Any questions in this? Good. No, it is just that we need to understand. See, in order to understand this, right? It's very simple. What you have to do is instead of doing anything, right? Just say like this: x equal to lambda a comma b colon a plus b. Like this, just do it. One for addition, or you can do addition, for example. Okay. So if you write like this, so that you'll understand subtraction for single value. See, when you do a subtraction between two operands, right? What you will get? You will get a single value only. No, you got it. So learn this way. Make sense? Yeah. So lambda functions always returns. Uh, I'll just add this important note here. so that it will be highlighted. Yeah, now makes sense, huh? Okay. So now we will see, we will use extensively actually. So but when you want to use this function, lambda function, how it can be. So you should use, for example, when you want to do a multiplication, right? 10 comma 20. So what will happen? 10 into, so it takes 10 comma 20, right? 10 and 20 colon 10 into 20. You got it? Returns 200. Makes sense, huh? Guys, yes or no? See, only for single expression values we can use lambda. If you think the function returning more than one value, then lambda expression cannot be used. Makes sense, huh? Yeah, makes sense. Hmm. Okay, so now let me give a few more examples. Now anyway, we understood about these things, right? See, let me, let's say df add function, for example, x comma y. What it returns? Always return x plus y. Okay. So when it comes to like other functions, right? Let's say map, reduce, filter. Okay. So I'll show you like how it happens. See, map function. So map function required two arguments. One is the function. Second one is the iterable object. Second one is iterable object. Okay. For example, it's I think it's not, we cannot directly apply. Okay, so this is not about 1 second, not x comma y. Let's say the function is let's say adding for each and every item. For example, let's say think about a scenario where, see, we had a function, we had a list, right? For example, let's say L1 equal to 1 comma or 10, 20, 30, and 40. You got it? And sometimes what we do, so let's say there is a use case where you need to add 5 to each and every item in the list. Meaning my output should be, let's say output list should be 10 plus 5, 15, correct? 20 plus 5, 25, is it? 35 and 45. So how this can be implemented, guys? So who can tell me? So meaning on the existing list, I added plus 5 to it. How this can be implemented? What is the logic, guys? What is the logic? You think about in a general sense. Mm, mm-hmm. How about it? Let's say you mean like this for item in L1, correct? Meaning, see, you have to say that we should use list comprehension. Okay, in list comprehension we should add item to plus 5. That's it. Make sense, guys? This is what we have done, right? For doing this operation. Yes or no? Priyanka, did you got it? No, this is what we write, right? For list comprehension, we will use for doing this, for getting this output, is it? Okay. So this can be done. See, this can be we can see when even in the interview they'll ask, hey, can you? This is my list. Can you? The output should be this. Can you use the list comprehension and no, sorry, not list comprehension. Can you use the lambda function to get this done? You got it? So it's very simple. So what it is actually? So you can use lambda function, but without lambda function, I'll show you, and with lambda function, I'll show you. Understood? So let's say map function. So map means mapping the respective logic. Okay. For example, let's say um, okay. So meaning here, what did you understood? So we had 10, 20, 30, 40, correct? And we need to map. We need to map means we need to apply some logic on each and every item. Understood? So that's where map will come. So map function. And let's say before that, what I'll do is let me create one function, add 5, for example, let's say. So whatever input I'll take, so input is X, meaning each item. Understood? Each item, colon. So return what I'll do, X plus, what is item? Item plus 5, no? Understood, no? Item plus 5. Make sense? Okay. So now let me show you the scenario where, so map, okay. What is the function name? Add, correct? I'll pass the function name. And what I'll do is, I'll just pass the L1. Did you get it? So what this map will do? So map takes two things. One is function name, and another one is iterable object. Understood? So map of function name, it takes function name, comma, iterable object. You got it? And what it does is map function applies the function logic to each and every item. Now, did you understood? See, map function applies the function logic to each and every function, each and every item. Makes sense, huh? Now, what we are doing? See, in the map of what we have just done. So, let's say result equal to, for example, result equal to map of add comma 5. So, what it will do is it applies the function logic. Let's say it will it will loop through each and every item. Okay, so the resulted would be, you will get a list actually. Okay, and first item will pass to the function. Okay, for example, what is the first item in 10 in the list? L1, 10, correct? So it will pass 10 to, what is the function? Add 5 function. It the first X become 10, 10 plus 5, 15 it adds. Like that, it keep passing the like each and every item. So that's what mapping, no? Did you understand? Map means mapping the logic on each and every item. Did you understand? Yes, no? 35 and 45. Did you got it? So this is what, let's say if you print now, if I go ahead and let me remove other prints. Okay, now if I print the result, what is the line number? 29. It's not happy with 29. What is it? Oh, okay. This is syntax, right? Yeah. Guys, did you see? So you got a map object. Understood? But how you can print if you want to print the data, right? So you can loop through it. See, if you want to, see, it is printing map object, right? But if you want to print, you will loop through it. Let's say if you use the loop, for example, or you can do one thing. See, from map objective, you can also do a list. How to convert it to list? How you can do it? List of, correct? That's it. Even you can apply on this. Did you got it? You got a map object. See, normally you got a map result, and if you want to convert anything to list, what is the function? List function, correct? So I applied list function on the result mapped object form. So now the output will be this one. Guys, clear, huh? Did you understood? Yes, no? Clear, right? So if you want to apply again, so this is what, this is a classic way. Normal function I created, I paused that normal function name, correct, here. But what if I want to get this done with the Lambda functions? They'll ask in interviews. They'll ask, "Hey, can you create a list, or can you do a square of the, square of the list of items using Lambda function, for example?" Okay, let's quickly do one or two stunts, so that you will get familiarity with this. So the same logic can be done. So this is like with with normal with normal function. Okay. Next one is, if you want to do the, if you want to do with Lambda functions, with Lambda functions. So guys, previously we have seen, right, how we can do. So how we can write a Lambda function for this. So how this can be written? Add equal to lambda lambda, right? And this time what we need to do, we are not doing x plus y, correct? We are simply adding item plus 5, correct? Same. So it takes only one item, like this. See, it takes only one item, is it? The function takes only one item. The same way, colon, what it returns actually? Returns single value, correct? Single expression. So x plus 5. Guys, did you understood? Now this is exactly equivalent. The Lambda function is equivalent to the function which we written above, like a df add function. It takes the one mandatory parameter and returns the x plus 5. Got it? The same way I have implemented this. And if you want to do the same operation, exactly same. Instead of, now what is the function? What is the function name? Previously it's a add 5, right? Now we should pass the anonymous function name. Guys, did you understood? Yeah, map of add comma 11, not 11. It's like L1, right? Yeah. So when you print this, now I want to close this print so that I can only see this print message. Yeah, if I execute this, again you got the map object. So how we can see the original object? See, in Python, normally any object, right? If you want to convert, you can use respective type. So list of result. Okay. If I execute this now, did you understood, guys? The same logic can be done with normal functions, even with Lambda functions. Guys, did you understood how this can be done with map? So map is what? So what is map? Map is basically a function which takes function name and iterable object, and it applies the logic. Map function applies the function logic to each and every item in the iterable object. Aparna, are you okay with it? No, it, see, to understand, very simple. This logic, exactly, see, like result, everything else the same. What I just additionally added, instead of creating normal function, I created a Lambda function. instead of passing normal function, to the map function name, here I created a lambda function and I pass the lambda function in. That's it. That is the only difference. And everything remaining, every lines are same. Did you understood? Yeah, correct. So here x and y, right? For example, x. So what happens? So here, as mentioned, right? So this is the core logic of lambda function. So when it comes to x, it takes each item. So it loop through the each and every item. It will not see in the internally. It has performed a for loop actually. Understood? Each time it passes the value. The first time, what is the value passes to x? What 10, right? Yeah, first time it passes 10. It passes 10. What it returns actually? 10 plus 5. Got it? And second time, what value it passes? 20. 20 plus 5. You got it? See, it creates a it loops through each and every time and add the applies the logic. So map what it does, see in the background logic is that it loop through whatever the logic that we have written here. All right. So no, you can think of this way. For example, let's say map, right? I think you can understand this way only, right? So if you want to understand, say I can write another function. Okay. Uh, so if you okay, no problem. If you want, you can understand this way. So map function, what it takes? Function name, comma, what iterable object is it? Like let me implement a map function for you. Okay. So what it does is, did you see? Each time it had, see initially it is a empty list. Okay. So let's say result equal to empty list. Understood? Now for item item in L1, okay, for item in L1, and so result dot append. So what it does is, so here you're passing function name, is it? Function name, and what it passes is it passes the item. You got it? After all, it simply returns the result. Did you understood? This is what my function in the background. No, did you understand how it map function works? Okay, let me help you now. One more way. Correct? So here, yeah, since I define this, if I define this function here, right, it takes this function only. Or I can also have some print statement so that you will understand. No, I'm mixing up everything. 1 second. Let me have it separately so that it will be very nice. Okay, so here, yeah. So what is the function name? I'll comment rest of the things so that it would only execute the portion. No, I'm just helping you because this how it should do the background logic. Still, we need to comment. No problem. Okay, so here what I'll be doing. So this is my function name, and yeah, where is my L1? This is my L1. So bring imagine. So here add is a lambda function name, and L1 is a list, isn't it? Got it? And now when you do map is, let's say, uh, L equal to, for example, or S equal to anything variable, any variable, map of, and here if I pass, what is the function name? Add function, is it? Add comma L1. Got it? So what it does is the background map function, it goes and passes add to function L1 to L1. Got it? You find, is it? And result equal to, initially it is an empty list, right? And for item in L1, what is the first time? What is the item value? 10. So result dot append function. So what function you passed? Lambda like add function, is it? This one. So here when you pass lambda of x become 10. Okay, this is the input colon. So you just consider this the input and this is the output of it. Yeah. So very first loop, what happens? A result dot append function of item, which means that this become what? This become add of 10. You got it? And what it becomes? Add of 10 means what? So meaning you are passing 10 here, which means that it will return you 10 plus 5, which is 15. You got it? So what it does? It adds 15 to the list. You got it? Yeah. And second loop, what will happen? What is the value? 20. So, correct? No. So this loop will stuck for. So how much time? This loop will four times. So four times it keep on iter over here. You got it? And it's keep updating the data. Yeah, makes sense. Now if I print yes, right? Did you see? You got the same logic. Whatever map function, see map, what are the map function, internal map function, right? I implemented here itself directly. Whatever it does in the background, instead of using a built-in map function, right? Now I have used this map function. If you understood, let's say if you want to get more clarity, like how this has happened, right? You can put some print statement so that you'll understand, like um, own map function created, own map function using for map logic. Okay, fake through this. Did you see this? It has taken our when we call this map function here. Originally, it triggered this map function, passes the function name and the respective iterable object, and it does the work in the background. Did you guys understood? Yeah, yeah. This is how it is. Guys. That's where see when you understood the logics, right? When you understood the concepts, we can even implement and give it to the Python itself. We can sell it to Python. Let Python people purchase our logics. Got it? We can also sell, guys. If we build some very good logic, we can sell. But Python is an open community. But when you had some different no when you build some different applications, right? We can sell it to the market for solving some complex issues. Yeah. Now, did you guys understood how map function works? This yeah, right. Now, Aparna, did you get it? Yeah. No, did you get it? You got the output, is it? Like how map function is working. So here there is a list and there is a map function written, and here map of add comma L1. That's it. It applies the function logic to each and every item, prepares a map object. When you want to convert, you can do a list of result, so that you will get whatever the result that worked here. So for example, if I execute this, it is adding plus 5. So imagine you want to do a square, let's say 10 square, 20 square, something like that. So how you can do x double star square, right? So which means like 2. Do you see this? 10 square, 20 square, 30 square, and 40 square. Like whatever you want to do, you can do it here. Guys, make sense? Are you finding any hard time on this? No, right? This is very clear, is it? Okay, yeah, makes sense. Um, okay, this is about map function. If you have any doubt in the map function, I can still help you out, guys. No, you are fine, is it? Mm-hmm. Mm. Uh, n- no, in map only you can pass. See, I can tell you what happens if you pass L1 there. Okay, so let me help you out understanding. No, don't worry. This is a kind of very like sensitive concept, and which would give you value now. So, for example, your thought process is when you do this L1, I'll tell you, like I'll explain you directly. Let's say if there is a L1 is this, okay, and what your thought process is, instead of X, you want to pass L1, right? So if you pass L1, like how it understands, let's say L1 and L1 plus 2, for example, right? It does not make any sense, no? Did you get it? Lambda, correct. So, correct. So the main, see, the main thing what we are doing is we are creating one function, and we are applying that function logic to every item in the iterable object list, for example. You got it? So in a, okay, f- forget about everything now. Let me give you a direct example. Okay, so let's say in one way also we can write. So how we can do is, let's say add 5 equal to, so what is the function name? Map, correct? So map, what it required? It required function name, is it? So directly we can write like this: lambda, and what operation you want to do? You want to do a, let's say add plus 5, right? See, you can write a x anything, colon x plus 5. You got it? Comma, on where you want to do. So let's say I had a 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, for example, something like this. You got it? In one line also you can do this. Yeah, makes sense now? So now what? Okay, now this would make more sense now, right? See, instead of writing all the function and passing, right? Now this would make more value. This would add more value, right? See, map of, now this is the function. Each time, let's say first time x become 1, and the lambda, what it return? It returns single value, correct? Yeah, meaning 1 plus 5. So it becomes 6, and it applies the logic. It applies this logic on each and every item in this list. Makes sense, huh? Now, by looking at this now, it would make more sense now, right? On the previous than the previous one. So let's say 1 plus 5, comma 2 plus 5, comma 3 plus 5, 5, comma 5 plus 5. Makes sense, huh? If I print, no, this can be result. No, it's not a add. I just given some name. Okay, right. No, that's okay. And we were getting this, and then we had to convert. Yeah, makes sense. Guys, did you see this? Yeah, the same way we can apply. We can apply like anything. You got it? So the basic idea of map is apply this logic on each and every item in the iterable object. Okay, so this is it. And when you want to do a square, for example, you could do like, add 5. This would make more sense, when I the variable naming. Yeah. So let's say if I want to do a square, so what you can do? That's it. This is like one square, two square, three square, something like this. Square, right? Print list of square. Makes sense? Apana, following? Yeah. And now that's what. See, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to apply, you can apply this way. But I'm telling you, so even if you did not get this concept, fine. But at least be ready for interview. Interview questions. They'll ask like majoritarily this is applied for interview thing. Okay, so that's where actually, yeah. And the next one is filter. So map is done. You understood, right? Map is you're fine with it, is it? Is it? Sure. So next is next is filter filter function. So what filter function will do is, so filter function basically it filters the elements based on the certain condition. Okay, filter function filters the items based on the certain condition. So for example, for example, for even number, let's say, for example, let's say in the range of 1 to 100, in the range of 1 to 100, get all the even numbers, or even number, for example, all the even numbers, for example. So how this can be done? Guys, it's very simple. See, lambda function, for example, how the lambda function becomes, right? Let's say you can say function name. Let's say function, instead of saying any variable name, right? Just like fun equal to lambda, right? Now, so filter means what? You need to do a some conditional check, right? See, colon x modulus to w equal to 0, for example. This is a condition, no? See, the function, what the function? See, we are giving it, right? So we are doing this is the condition actually. So when the condition, see, it applies the condition on each and every item, only prepares the list based on the condition matches. Okay. So I think what we can do is, instead of doing anything, right, directly we can do filter. What is the function name? Lambda, right? And let's say range of 100, right? Yeah. Just make 100. You got it? So meaning this becomes what? List of 0 to 99, is it? And first time, what is the first value? 0, correct? So x becomes 0. 0 modulus 2 w equal to 0, true, correct? It adds. Okay, next one. 1 modulus 2 w equal to 0, false. It will not add. You got it? So only the item becomes true case, then only it adds. Otherwise, it will not. So it skips for 1. Then 2. 2 modulus 2 w equal to 0, true, adds. 3 skips, adds 4. 5 skips, adds 6. You got it? It's keep on going until 98. Makes sense, huh? Got it? And when you print, you will get a filter object. right? When you do this, you'll get a filter object. Did you see this filter object? So how we can convert anything to list? Guys, take a paper and notes every day. Please take it. Okay, very important. These are very important. You know what? Today I'm working, even like you, I'm also working on some advanced concepts of Gen AI and other things, right? So I'm also taking notes. Nothing wrong in it, right? So we should learn actually. Yeah, makes sense. So very important. Yeah. Now, did you understood how we can write a filter condition? Hmm? So now, even in the interviews, right? If they ask, "Hey, can you write a?" Even interviews, some people specifically will ask, "Hey, can you write a one-liner function?" Sorry, write a. I need to get the even numbers, but you should write only one-liner. Your program should be only one-liner. So how we can use? Or they will say that, "Hey, can you write a statement where I need to filter out all the even numbers. Can you write it in one liner?" You may be thinking that no, I had to create a empty list and then I had to loop over each and every item and then conditional check all the things. Instead of that, we can do it in single way. Isn't it nice? Good, right? This is good, is it? This for even numbers. And if I ask for odd numbers, how we can do it? It's very simple. Item modulus 2. That's it. You're done. You got it? Yeah, that is very important, guys. Okay. So this is what we do when it comes to filtering the items. Even for example, let's say, uh, okay, even consider now you want to you want to filter only. Let's say it's not range now, guys. Very important things. Okay, learn the concepts. Okay, and you had a mixer list 1, 2, some India. Make sense? Now what the ask is, you need to prepare a list of integers alone, sorry, list of strings alone, right? So or the expected output would be, I got tired, sorry. So it should be list of items, right? India. I'm expecting output is this. So now who can tell me what logic has to change here? Yeah, correct. Instead of this logic, instead of this condition, type of x double equal to, guys, isn't it nice? Got it? Now you understood the power of Python. Why Python becomes so much powerful? Did you understood? So for doing this logic in other languages, you need to do all the crap code. Okay, but if you are good at filter function lambda, you are done. See, did you see it? It simply applies one liner. If you write this line in the application, the whoever the reviewer, right, he'll get shock. And Sai, like you gone through your application development, right? Have you ever seen this kind of logic anywhere? No, isn't? Because no one will do this. No one have right. They do all the nasty things, guys. Okay. So why I'm teaching all this? Because when you are writing a logic, you know what? When I write a logic and my reviewers, right? They can't even understand my logic, honestly, because I used to do this style, they don't even understand, let's say, what lambda does, what filter does, right? How this logic works. They didn't even have a clue actually. But they'll just test the application. If application working fine, simply they'll approve it. Understood? So we should write logic like this, guys. Now did you understand the power? It's not about crap logic, right? Again, defining, to do this the same job. So how we have to do it in a generic way? Let's say df, um, let's say some function, some functioning. You should take this list, correct? So for taking list, you should say uh, my list, for example. Understood. And you should have a empty list. Let's say result result list equal to empty. Got it? And for item in my list, right? If type of if type of item double equal to str, then only what you have to do? You have to append to the result list of append of item. Make sense? After all, what I have to do after this loop? Return result list. Guys, now did you understood the power of lambda function filter and all? Did you understood? So instead of doing all these lines, so generally people used to do this. Even if you see 10 years experienced person, still he has to do the same this logic only. Understood? But if you know filter, if you know power of functions, we can apply. Understood? Yeah, that's where you are showing the competence, right, between you and among other person. So imagine you two people go for an interview, for example, and one person written like logic like this, and other person still he read the same logic. Both got the output. Okay. Now tell me who will be select? The person which written a logic with filter and lambda, is it? This person gets select because this is very powerful, and when it comes to the time consumption, it's a damn faster than this. Sai, did you get it, Sai? So we should start getting experiencing a program like this. We should start writing like this. Yeah, makes sense. Got it. Yeah. Next one is, so this is like filter. Now the other one is reduce. Next is reduce function. So reduce function, what it does is it reduces the uh, basically basically what it does is aggregate. It does the aggregation actually. So when I say aggregation, right? So mm, for example, we had a list. See, let me reduce, right? Reduce reduce function reduce function aggregates aggregates the elements or items. Sure, you got it. So meaning, let's say for example, you had a list. Let's say for example, L1 equal to 1 comma 2 comma, or you can say L1 equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay. And to do see if I ask you to write a function, right, if you want to, if I ask you to do a sum, actually sum of this, right, how you can do? See, this is like a 10 plus 20, right? And it become 30 plus 30, how much? This becomes 60, is it? But if you want to do this kind of operation, so how we can do is you can use a, let's say, result, or you can say result, or this can be any variable name. Okay, I just select result equal to. So what is the function name? Reduce. So reduce is a function, and what is the logic? So lambda lambda, okay, x comma y colon. So what it does is does the it applies. So when you are applying this concept, lambda x comma y colon x plus y, for example, comma, if I say L1. So see in map, see the same logic. When it comes to map, what it does, uh, see we have taken only one item, correct? Here only x, but here we have two items. So what it takes is it does 10 plus 20. So first time it takes 10 and 20. Okay, how it becomes 10 plus 20, which is 30, correct? And next time it will not take it will not take again 20 and 30. Instead, whatever the result, right? It's so result plus 30. You got it? So let's execute it so that you'll understand. Even I think we can, instead of this, we can also see, no problem. We will try to print this. Print result, for example. If I say print of result, so it's not happy with reduce, right? See, reduce is a function, but actually reduce, see, we can have function, map and filter is direct functions, but reduce function is directly not available. But there is one library called function tools. So from function tools we can use it actually. So let's say from function function tools. I think not, we not full name, or function efficiency tools, not full way. Import. Let's try. If not, if it is not working, then we will look. Not result. From import. What is that? Reduce, right? Let's take this out. I didn't recollect exactly whether it's a function tools. Huh? Let's try quickly. Okay. No model and function tools. Then of course it should be function to func tools. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, did you understood how 60 is working? How it returns 60? Because it does, let me give you one more example so that it will be more easier to understand. Let's say now what you're doing plus, correct? If you do, let's say star, which means that, see, 10 into 20, what is the value? 200. 200 into 30. Did you understand? 200. Yeah, exactly. So reduce means it reduces the value to single value. It simply say that a function reduce function aggregates the items and return sing, single value. You got it? So reduce means what? So instead of having a list, reduces to sum of all items, or let's say a product of all items. Understood? Or multiplication. So when I say product, multiplication of all items. Yes, did you understood? Any confusion in this? Yeah. When you do plus, see, you can try with. Let me give a flavors here, so that when you're referring, it will be more easier for you. Let's say when I do a plus, So here answer is 60,000. 200, 200, 20, 6,000. Yeah, perfect. And when I do plus, what is the plus of 60, correct? 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 30, 60, correct? Okay. Guys, make sense, huh? Map, filter, and reduce now. Variable, like, based on the example that we understood, right? Can you guys, practice more examples? Since you understood like what kind of scenarios can be applied, look back at our examples that we discussed in the session, and try to incorporate those examples here with the lambda function, lambda map, reduce, filter functions. Yeah, make sense? Yeah. Any like any confusion on this? No, right? You're good, is it? Okay. So for example, think about one more scenario, guys. Okay, think about one more scenario. Let's say we had a list of persons. So imagine we had a list of functions. Let's say, sorry, list of persons. L2 equal to. Now add a list of persons. For example, let's say Anil, Arvind, Amma, and Hari. Let's say Molly, for example, and Aparna, for example. Okay. Now I need, see, the one what I need is I need a list whose name starts with A, for example. That what is what is the output? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Guys, did you got it? So how this can be worked out? Who can tell me? Perfect. Superman, who's that? Yeah, perfect, Navin. So filter, right? See, filter. What is the logic? Lambda. Mm-hmm. Right. Or item. You can just like X or item. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. That starts with, right? Starts with, is it? Start with? Yeah. That's it. That's it, no? So this is a condition, See, item starts with A, right? That's all. You're done. Comma. What is the list? L2. Makes sense, huh? So with one liner, we got the output. Sai, we're able to follow? Uh, yeah. So filter expected two arguments, but got one. Uh, what is this? Filter. Oh, it is saying like it's not happy with this. Where did we missed it? Oh, it's not happy with this way, right? Once again. Uh, if item starts with, yeah, item starts with this some condition. Oh, okay, okay. Here, right? And this should be this should be L2, correct? We didn't pass, huh? Oh, okay. My bad. I passed here along with that. I was like, I was like, what is that? What the heck is happening? Now we have to convert to list. Did you got it? Yeah. Guys, understood? Now, did you understand the power of filter, map, reduce, all the concepts? If you want to do a sum, what you have to do? It's very simple. When you want to do a sum, what is the function for sum? Huh? Reduce. Perfect. Yeah. Guys, if you do some stunts with this, it would help you a lot, and your programming proficiency will increase. Another level. Even you can challenge yourself to challenge with any other programmers also. Can you write a program like this? Let's say I had a list. Can you write a program to get me all the names who starts with A, for example? They used to start writing all the crap code. Okay, and you just write one. Even here itself, right? After doing filter, since you understood, like after getting result, you are doing list, correct? Even you can reduce to next. No need to do this. Instead of directly do this. Did you got it? Uh, you understood, no? Now it is clear, right? You can also do like this. That's what once you come to know what level it could be, you can directly write everything in one go. Yeah. Did you see, Aparna? Did you understood now? Yeah, makes sense. Now, see, now the proficiency is, the competence is getting increased, right? You can compete with any engineer now with this. Yeah. Even in interview, if they ask you to write a program, try to use Lambda functions, guys. Lambda. This is very important. They'll ask, hey, can you write a program to get even numbers and odd numbers, for example. So you should be in a position to write it in one liner. Got it?